The tariffs will hit Canadians Tuesday, and now there are questions for consumers on how this will all play out when it comes to day-to-day purchases, like groceries.
I was in the store earlier today and it was busy. Is it hard to tell because of that or because it's going to snow? I don't know, right?
Whether it's a cold weather front or the frigid tariff coming from the U.S., one Vancouver Island grocer is encouraging consumers to buy local and brace for some higher prices if the Canadian government retaliates.
These tariffs aren't affecting anything that's coming to us, right? So really, we won't see any effects at this point in time. It all depends on how Canada retaliates, of course.
To understand the gravity of how much Canada exports to the U.S., in 2023, $594 billion in exports were sent to our neighbors down south, which means that more than 77% of all Canadian exports went to the U.S. Now, to get a sense of what industries are expected to be impacted the most by these tariffs, here are the top 6 to watch out for. Non-oil sands, oil and gas extraction, automobile and light-duty motor vehicle manufacturing, Canadian petroleum refineries, crop and animal production, aluminum production and processing, and aerospace production and parts. This 25% tariff applied across the board is expected to increase the cost of these exports by $148.5 billion.
Ultimately, this isn't about some economic injustice that Canada is perpetrating on the American consumer, the American government. It is about politics.
Communications professor David Black knows that Canadians are worried about the impending tariffs, but insists that this is just a delay tactic to buy time so Trump can further his goal of running a performative tariff as opposed to benefiting the U.S. economy as a whole.
And so I think what they're trying to do here is buy themselves a little time to see whether the Canadian government begins to make the concessions that the White House wants. The benefit to the White House is more in this being short-term and more in the form of a threat than some kind of sustained economic war against its two major trading partners.
Despite the reason behind it, your local grocer has some advice on what to do the next time you go for eggs or milk.
Don't freak out yet because we don't know what's coming, right? So once we really understand what's going to be happening, then we can really adjust from there.